Hi, you guys. My name is Matthew Lillard, and welcome one and all to the Dungeon Master Challenge. 600 submissions have been narrowed down to 10 finalists, and now we are down to the last three. These three finalists impressed our judges with their entries over a 6-week elimination process. Sergio Solórzano introduced us to the land of Potasio, Brad Thompson drew us into the realm of Slumberwood, and Andrew Brzezinski brought us into the land of Neverfall. You guys, I cannot wait to see what unfolds today with my fellow judges, B. Dave Walters, Jennifer Kretschmer, Amanda Hammond, and Christina Ariel. It's going to be awesome.
All right. Welcome, everyone, to Slumberwood, or at least my version of Slumberwood by way of Sergio. So let's just jump right in. It's like many great adventurers and even more foolish ones, you find yourselves deep within a dark cave, its entrance opened up like a great mouth waiting to swallow you whole, but tempted with promises of treasure, magical secrets, and maybe a fearsome monster to be slain for glory. Yet instead of those things, you found a rusty minecart. The vehicle rattles and squeaks as it leads you to the end of the cave, where instead of a dragon or pile of gold, you find a moonlit forest. Greeting you is a sea of trees, their barks twisted into frightening visages that look like faces. And before you can react, you find the minecart is gone, and the cave entrance with it. You appear to be trapped in this place, with nothing but the sea of trees to keep you company. A creak fills the air, accompanied by a low rumbling, and one of the trees appears to be shambling towards you, almost branches moving like it's almost sprinting at you. And unlike the others, it seems to have several carvings in it, as well as a little maybe red scarf tied around in some kind of fashion statement. And even stranger, it's humming a joyful tune as it sprints towards you. He kind of skids to a stop in front of you, and he goes, "Hello there, travelers, in my Slumberwood. Welcome, welcome. I'm Barkley, the guardian of this passage. Please introduce yourselves. Starting with you there, big, strong, tough one."
You must be speaking of me. I am Lumber, the cleric of the hidden path. These are my companions who I will gladly lay down my life for in a moment's notice.
Oh, excellent, Lumber. Yes, I see your dedication. I'm something of a hero myself, actually. I've been on several adventures to the other side of the wood and back. Very, very long walk.
Impressive for a tree, indeed.
Let me hear your companions.
Yes, companion, please do introduce yourself to the tree.
I don't know what's funnier, the fact that he's a tree or that your name is Lumber and he's made of lumber.
Lumber, you're saying it wrong. How many times have I told you?
Yes, like the lower
Just
back.
stay with it.
Like the lower
Hidden,
back,
yes.
like mine hurts after carrying you all day, man. Yes.
You are a worthless companion. I don't know why I trouble with you.
Oh, because your life would be so boring without me. I am Leonis Roaring Mane, Warlock of the Archfey, and a small purple glint lights up my eyes when I say this.
Oh, you serve Archfey. Which Archfey do you serve?
But you can't just ask which Archfey I serve. Come on, we just met. At least buy me a drink first.
Oh, I'm sorry. No, I don't mean to be rude. I serve Dreamweaver, the Archfey of this domain of Slumberwood. Or I did at one point. She's gone now. But it's a very long story. If you do you name yourselves heroes? Would you hear my tragic tale? Would you help me with a quest?
I lean over to Penny and I say, what I'm taking from this is they're in need of some new management, and just sort of elbow her a little bit.
I'm really good at being the boss. I don't do a lot, but I could. Hi, my name is Penny, and I'm a Lightfoot Halfling Bard, and I really like people. And so would you like to be my friend?
Well, I would love to be your friend. Yes, I love friends. I have a friend, actually. His name is Dr. Magnus Venture. He travels the plains, and we go on adventures together. Well, we will when he comes back. But yes, I love friends from your realm is basically what I'm getting at.
But I thought you only went to the end of the forest.
I did, but Dr. Magnus said he would come back and we'd go together. So it's basically like going to other planes.
Well,
like every one day.
I quite understand the way wild magic works. I'm somewhat of an aficionado of wild magic myself, though sometimes I have some trouble controlling it along with my temper. My name is Shava. Hello, it's wonderful to meet you, and I hope that we aren't intruding too much on you. I'll try to keep my temper under control, I promise.
Oh, no, you're not intruding at all, actually. I could use the help of great people such as yourself. What of this one over here? And he kind of points toward Milena. What is your story, Great One?
Did you say you lost someone?
Yes, yes.
What did they look like? Because I lost someone too. And Shava Milena sort of steps out of the shadows a little bit, where she kind of has blended in a bit to the various shadows coming from the area.
Okay.
What were they like? And you met an archfey?
Oh, yes, Dreamweaver.
Wow.
She actually was the one who awakened me, and he kind of turns and shows, like, his carvings, and one of them is a handprint. She goes, she touched me right here, and that's when I was able to talk and walk as I do.
Wow, that there's pretty impressive there. Wow, I met one too, and she pulls out. She has a bow with her, and the bow has a long thread on it that looks like a whisker. But the cat it would have come from would have been enormous.
Is it made of wood, the bow itself?
The
frame?
bow is made of metal.
Okay.
I would imagine.
Okay, so excellent. So when he pulls it out, he goes, "Oh, okay, that is a very lovely bow, and I thank you for using metal, because when people use instruments of wood, it kind of riles me up. I don't like seeing my friends turned into weapons and tools like that."
Oh, I can imagine that.
You see Lumber sort of put his bow behind his back.
Curses.
Help step in front of Lumbar.
Yes, you must understand being named Lumber yourself.
Lumbar, you're saying it wrong. You look what you've started, Leonis. Please, you were saying you were in need of great heroes. Allow us to be those heroes you seek.
I would love, yes. So, as I was telling you, my patron, the great Dreamweaver, used to be Archfey of this land, but she seems to have disappeared. It is my job to guard this border. There used to be a secret tunnel that led to some forbidden place that I was told to keep watch over and make sure no one enters. But I dream of adventure. I dream to go to more than just beyond the wood and back. So one day I went to the great castle to ask Dreamweaver her permission to go on adventures. I was denied, turned away at the gate. They don't know my name there. I'll have to make a note of that. But when I came back, my hole was gone. And I knew then that the Slumberwood is shrinking. The border has moved backwards. And no one will believe my tale. So I need someone, great heroes like yourself, people unknown to this world, that could sneak into the castle and find evidence that Slumberwood is shrinking. There is one item, I think, that could serve this purpose. It is called a crystallized dream.
Oh,
Yes, when people dream in Slumberwood, their dreams tend to take shape. One very powerful one is called a crystallized dream. It looks like an orb, I've heard my friend call it. This orb flashes with images of the dream, and I think it will show Slumberwood as it used to be. If you can find this crystallized dream and bring it back to me, I will have the evidence I need to show people that Slumberwood used to be bigger. And it will be much better than my words. Of course, sneaking into the castle, it's high on a mountain behind a cliff. It's not very easy for someone of my stealth capabilities. And he kind of like creaks his branch to show you every time he moves. He makes loud noise.
no opposable thumbs.
Now that's as well. I'm working on that.
You are sure that you didn't just misplace the hole that you had to the tunnel? Because if it was a hidden tunnel that could get lost...
No, he kind of like stamps it. No, I know this wood back and forth. I went back and forth. I would never lose anything.
Just checking. Just
I'm
making
sorry.
sure.
I don't need to. I get very passionate about my job. And Dreamweaver, the Archfey, she trusted me, and now she's missing. And now the orb, the border's shrinking. It's just a lot for me to take in.
I've seen that look in Shava's eyes many times. Yes, we'll help you. And by the way, Leonis pulls out a quarterstaff that he has used his tabaxi claws to carve images of all of his friends into it, of just like basically like smiling and happy. And he's like, I hope this wasn't a friend of yours. I wasn't aware that there were trees that can I carve you?
He kind of looks like taken aback by that. He's like, I'm not happy with that, but if you do happen to find a space, people do carve on me from time to time, so you can make a nice message, make something friendly. And he kind of shows your empty spot.
Once we save your realm and restore your archfey, I shall carve our names to commemorate it. How about that?
Kind of like claps his little branches together. Yes, that is perfect. Yes, carve all of your names and maybe like a little heart or something to commemorate the occasion.
Perhaps we should make our way to this castle. Which direction?
Well, that's the fun part of Slumberwood. It will take you many days. Our days, my friend tells me my days are different from your days, so it might take you years even to get to where it's supposed to go. But there's a trick. If you run away from me while screaming, the path to where you want to go will open up. So keep the castle's image in your mind. A great dark castle on top of a mountain. Fix that in your mind, and then run away from me while screaming like I just scared the wits out of you.
This is... Sorry, I did not mean to interrupt, but this is Penny's specialty. Watch her run and scream.
Where we
I
going?
also wanted to say, I'm very small, but I'm actually really good at dreaming. It's one of my strong suits. So if you need someone that can sleep instead of doing work, then I'm really good at that.
One of the best.
Well, I don't know about sleeping, but there is something you can do with your power over dreams. If you want to sneak into the castle, you can actually take a shortcut on some what I call dream bubbles. There are these floating bubbles that contain people's dreams, and if you can go into them, you might be trapped in their nightmare for eternity. But with certain power of will, you can put yourself over the dream and ride them upwards. So if you truly are good at dreaming, little Penny, you could be the first to pilot one of these bubbles' dreams.
You had me at bubble.
I also like to consider myself a nap aficionado. Why don't we try that? It would be unseemly to go running, screaming through the woods. Who might see us? Who might tell the tale? Let's try the bubbles.
But that is once we get there. Is that not true? Tree?
Yes, you must run screaming to the bubbles, then take the bubbles up to the castle.
Then that's what we shall do. I shall cause a distraction. I'll cast like prestidigitation off to the side, I'll make a big booming voice. Now that is your cue, Leonis. Run and scream.
Leonis sighs heavily, and then just like the Roadrunner, there is a flash of dust, and he is gone. I activate my feline agility, so my movement speed is doubled.
There you go.
As soon as Shava sees Leonis do that, she's going to heft her great axe and sort of turn her body so that it's away from the tree. You can't see it and be offended. As she just, all of a sudden, she had change come over her face. She's this slender wood elf with a very smooth expression on her face most times, and when she sees Leonis run toward the bubble, she's just going to go, now it's go time, and her voice changes and drops an octave as you hear her just fly into a rage and go and run toward Leonis, toward the bubble.
Scream was over 9,000.
Also seeing Leonis sprinting, Milena will cast Expeditious Retreat on herself and dash, going,
We're good at screaming!
There's 3 energetic bursts. The tree Barkley just turns to Lumbar and Penny. Like, well?
After you, young Penny.
Oh, I know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna run, and I may be short, but I'm real fast, and I think I can finish the rest of this. Does this count as a scream if I scream while I'm running and talking to you?
Yes, it's technically correct, which is the best kind of correct.
Hooray!
I just want to say to you, Mr. Tree, it has been a joy to meet you. I have no faith we shall accomplish this task, but we shall gladly die trying. Adieu, and I'll bow down and I'll lumber off. Ah!
Fare thee well, Lombar! He like makes it a belabored point to say it correctly.
Over
I'd say yes.
at our landing point, I think Milena is like curling up against a tree going, well, that wasn't very stealthy, but... kind of looks at her watch and goes, enough time for a nap, and sort of curls up.
About like 5 minutes in before Lumbar finally catches up to you.
I'm here.
And he announces he's here. Yes, so
What do we see on the other side?
Yeah, so on the entry point, you kind of like see this like almost whooshing sensation of trees rushing past you. You feel like wind in your hair. And it's an instant, suddenly you're just at another point in the forest. The trees clear into a like wide open glade. There's a little wooden sign that you can see. It used to say Gleeful Glade, and now it's been like scratched out hastily, and it says Gloomy Glade. And there's like little drawings of attempts at scary faces. And floating in this glade are like little green, like large green bubbles. And you can see like images being played in them. And at the end of the glade, there is a huge cliff, like 100 feet high, upon which sits this dark castle shaded in moonlight. And it just almost to highlight it as you kind of look up at the castle, like a bolt of lightning suddenly crashes, and you can suddenly hear like a little organ just going like...
Java looks at the angry faces and just makes very exaggerated faces back at them, like, and points up to the castle. We go up there. She's just going to do that the whole time.
I look over at the
Love
sign.
it.
Why would they change that? I don't like this gloomy at all.
Not really ideal.
Understanding that Shava needs provocation to stay angry, just on occasion, Leonis just like scritches at her with a claw and then just like jumps back before she can grab him.
Turns the face toward Leonis, realizes it's you. Oh, okay, it's fine. Goes back to making angry faces.
True friendship.
Are these bubbles clear anywhere? Do we see any sign of that?
They are not, well, I would say the surface is translucent in that, and you can see inside to like what looks to be dreams being projected. Mm-hmm. You can see images of like open fields, images of dark shadows, like chasing someone. You can see like a feminine figure and like bright light like reaching towards you from out of the bubble. But all kinds of like colorful scenes are being played out in these bubbles, and they're floating like very slowly in your direction.
I'll go towards the one that has someone reaching out, and I'm like, well, if this is going to be a dream, at least it should be a pleasant one. And try and
Wait, before, are we all going in the same bubble, or are you going by yourself?
that is an excellent
Bubble
quandary.
butt.
The
I'm just
bubbles
afraid if we...
Look big enough for us to fit more than one person?
So the bubbles themselves are about like a 5-foot radius sphere, so it would be quite a challenge to try and stuff 2 people in unless you were of, a smaller size.
We can see
I
the
shall
castle.
travel with Penny. Sorry.
Me.
Let me go first. If something terrible happens, carry on, tell my story. And I reach out and try and touch the bubble.
You can. So as you approach the bubbles, they all start kind of floating and closing in on Leonis. So we're going to roll initiative just to keep a little track of how this bubble encounter is going to go.
Farewell, good Leonis. It was lovely to know you.
I changed my mind. I don't like this.
All right, so I'm going to get some initiative counts. Shava, what'd you get?
Oh, I got an 18.
Oh, 18, nice. All right. Milena?
8.
8. All right. Leonis?
Womp womp.
I rolled a 10, but I will go... Oh, sorry, Leonis. I'm not Leonis.
No, strange thing. I have claimed this character, but D&D Beyond's not letting me roll, so let me just do this. That is going to be an
Old-fashioned
18.
dice.
18, nice. All right.
I'll sort this out in the meantime.
You can be retro, be Dave.
Penny, what'd you get?
I got a 9.
9. Okay. Nice little cluster there.
I rolled a 10 for a negative 1, so a 9.
Ignore this roll. I sorted it out though.
Okay.
All right, groovy.
That's what's your actual roll.
Yeah, I'm gonna stick with my 18.
Your team? All right. Well, since you're the one that reached out first, I'll let you go.
Excellent.
The bubbles themselves actually rolled really good initiative, strangely. So they're actually going first, and the one that you reach out to does start to absorb you. So you find yourself...
Is this what's supposed to happen?
Farewell, good Leonis.
You suddenly your image shifts. You see the others kind of watching you, and you hear Lumber's farewell before they fade. And there's a kind of a wall that just blocks you. And you can suddenly find yourself in this kind of brightly lit space with mist kind of curling at your feet. You hear echoing all around you in your own voice that you're saying you're sorry for failing your lady and pledging to protect her son. And as you are kind of reacting to hearing your own voice, you suddenly see a large feminine figure in like armor, gleaming armor, standing above you.
Is it anyone I know?
It is not. You see great, like, shimmering butterfly wings behind her, so she's some kind of fae warrior, but other than that, you don't know who she is.
I say in Sylvan, bonjour, mademoiselle. I am here at your service. How might I be of assistance? And I bow.
All right. All right, so on your turn, you can attempt, if you'd like, with that, to take control of the stream. So I'll have you roll a persuasion check.
Got it.
See if she accepts your call to service.
Would you like that from me now?
Yes, please.
All right. Let's see. Persuasion. Not terrible. Let's see. This is coming in D&D Beyond. May our Jesus be kind.
Okay, I don't think I see the D&D Beyond campaign.
I rolled a 5. So...
5. So you say in Sylvan, can I serve you? And she just looks at you with almost like disgust. And she says, you have failed our lady, as have I. And the rest of you start to see the bubble that Leonis is trapped in start floating upwards, kind of erratically. He's about like 10 feet in the air now. So Shava, as you see him raise up, what are you going to do?
I'm going to run toward him so I can see him through this bubble, correct?
Yeah, he's about 10 feet in the air now. But...
He's 10 feet in the air. Okay, well, Shava's going to run toward that bubble and just jump and try to grab at it and see what happens.
All right.
No, Leonis, come back. That was a bad idea. Get back. Don't make me get angry. I don't want to get angry.
All right. I'll be rolling athletics to see if you can get a good hold on it.
Do I see this?
Still
Sergio?
like you when you're angry.
Can I add a boost if I see what she's doing? If I see the same thing with Leonis, can I aid and assist her?
You could. Well, it's on your turn. You could, but since she's going before you, you quite don't have the reaction time. She's running way ahead of you with her barbarian strength.
Copy that.
I rolled a 5, so I think I trip over my axe handle.
Oh no!
So you're just kind of putting more effort into lunging forward than going up, and you're just kind of like don't even scratch the surface of that bubble that's carrying you. So you're just kind of standing under him, like swatting, very cat-like. He'd be proud if he could see you.
Leonis, no.
All right, Zumbar. Now you can do what you're going to do. There's still several other bubbles clustered around.
Yeah, I'll say to Penny, pick a bubble. Let us go together. Can I do a perception check? Do I get a sense that Leonis is now out of control in his bubble?
You can see. I was thinking, just see without perception. You can see how erratically it's moving up. You feel like if he was controlling it, it would not be moving that way.
I'll say to Penny, what are you? I'm sorry, I don't know. What is your class and race?
I'm a Lightfoot Halfling Bard.
Oh, great. I'll say to you, Penny, he needs assistance. Quick, allow me to throw you. We cannot lose Leonis.
Jump off my back. Jump off my back.
I'll do that standard thing where you're like this and ready to pucker up.
All right, you're gonna fastball specialer.
Well, I'm down there on kind of my hands and knees, having tripped and fallen. So can they like jump off of my back?
Make a step ladder. I love it. Yeah. All right.
Acrobat style.
Yeah. I'll give you that. Yeah. So Lombar, if you just want to like move next to Shava behind her and just provide the lower step, then definitely.
Oh yeah, sure. I'm happy to do or like whatever I can do. With my strength to launch her up into that bubble so that he has assistance, I'm gonna do it.
Perfect.
Do you want to roll on that?
Yeah, she can roll athletics to see how much of a boost you give her.
Yes. Stand by. Oh! 8.
8.
Yes, but in sooth, I try very hard. I may throw her
There must be
over.
some enchantment on these bubbles that is enchanting the terrain here.
These bubbles should not be the end of us.
So what happens, Sergio, when I hurl Penny?
So you don't even really get much air, honestly. Like you could go to grab her and she just kind of like sails like maybe like 3 feet in the air and lands right behind Shava. Just boop. Very anticlimactic after all your screaming.
Faceplant.
Terrible.
All right, so Penny, on your turn, you're announced between Lombard and Shava. So what do you want to do?
All right. Well, I would like. Oh, but can the bubbles talk? The bubbles can't talk. Can the
You hear
bubbles talk?
noises. You hear noises of like the dreams in progress, but they're not really speaking to you. You hear bits of like Sylvan, Elvish, Common. There's kind of repeating phrases like, no, get away from me. Or, my son, look after my son.
Hey, dream voices. Is there any way that I can talk to like a regular voice and you can like bring the bubble to me? Because the last time I had tried to get into it, I got thrown and I hit my head instead of me getting inside a bubble. And I promise I'll have really nice dreams and my friends can have nice dreams too, because that place we left was kind of pretty, except for the gloomy part that made it bad.
I love it. Okay. Roll a persuasion check. We'll see if these dreams listen to you. They're attracted to what you're saying.
I got a 12.
12. Okay. So you actually do see a kind of multicolored dream start floating in your direction.
Ooh, you're so pretty.
All right, Milena, what are you going to do?
Well, it seems that if this is a problem we need to get Leonis down, the thing you can do with bubbles is you can pop them. So, I would like to use my mage hand to go up and just poke the bubble. If he's within range. If he's not, I'll take out my bow and arrow.
Oh no, he's definitely within range.
I will use my mage hand, and I'll just for fun, I will use my mage hand Leisure de Main, so it'll be invisible, and so it'll just go up and go.
All right, yeah, it does not take much.
Hey friends, be ready to catch him. Hopefully the terrain doesn't mess with this too much.
Oh geez, okay. Yeah, so it does not take much, even though they are dreams, they are still very bubble-like in their consistency. So pretty much the mage hand just goes boop, and you see pop as in the shadow of golden light, Leonis just phew. So you're about 10 feet in the air, so I'm going to roll a d6 of fall damage.
I mean, I am a cat person.
You are a cat. That's true.
Stands on his feet.
I'll say, roll a dex save. We'll see how you do.
Let's see if RNG disagrees with my cat-like agility. Let's see.
See if Leonis did his stretches today.
Let's see. It is not looking good. That's an 8.
An 8? No, you were too busy in this dream, so you take 3 points of fall damage.
Makes sense.
As Lombard is kind of there ready to catch you, just fall right in front of him.
I actually have no interest in catching him. He paid his own path.
I saw something. There was a archfey. She was magnificent, but she was so angry.
All right. And meanwhile, the bubbles term comes back, and the one that's coming for Penny, it does kind of just absorb you right away, and you find yourself on stage with many adoring fans just cheering for you. And
Hey, y'all.
they start holding up books, like asking you to sign autographs.
Oh, this is new. I don't even have paper.
And as they're cheering for you, you suddenly kind of find yourselves with a kind of conductor's baton in hand.
Ooh.
Are you gonna give
I
it a
know how to
wave?
do this. Yeah.
Oh, cool. So as you start conducting, the bubble seems to respond to that, and it starts actually flying upwards at your command. And you can start to see the kind of surface of it almost open up like a window, and you can see now the place outside the dream. You can see yourself floating upward toward the castle at a steady rate. You can see your party members under you. But you seem to have gained control of this bubble now.
Y'all, I wrote a book, and I can conduct the orchestra.
Yes, Leonis, as you're on the ground.
Can we hear that?
Yes, you can. Yeah, so you can see the bubble floating up much steadier than yours did. A very straight, direct path to the castle. You can hear her say, "Yeah, y'all conducted an orchestra."
Quick, she's flying. Let's go.
Right.
Yeah, I'll go and run and jump into a bubble.
Okay. Excellent. All right, so
Bubble
Leonis, what are you
people
going to
are
do?
real nice.
Do the bubbles seem the only way up? It was rather unpleasant.
Well, there's a 100-foot climb up a very sheer cliff you could attempt.
Again, I feel like fate is against me today. I will try the bubble once more. Although I let all of them go into bubbles this time because I see if it looks like it's going poorly, I'm going to shoot them down. So I will actually go last.
Oh, so you're going to hold up for them? Okay. All right, so Shava, are you going to jump in a bubble?
I am. I'm going to try to take a running jump into the bubble.
All
If I
right.
can.
Yeah, you can. So you find a bubble of seems to be a nice, pleasant little cottage in a kind of forest. You jump in, and you see that you're suddenly locked in a cage, and there's a small human boy trying to break free, and there's a oven giving off heat right next to you. So I need a persuasion check from you to try and control this bubble.
Okay, so am I in the cage with the little boy?
Yes, yeah, you're both trapped together.
We're both trapped. There's an oven beside us. Okay, so I'm just going to look around and seeing kind of what's been happening in the other bubbles. Is going to just take a breath, control her rage. This isn't what it looks like. You aren't real, and you're going to take me to that castle before I get angry.
So I'll say you have advantage on this because you know what's going on. You've seen her
that's
do this.
great. This is a persuasion check, and I am not very charismatic. So let's see. I've got a... that's going to be a 15 on the advantage.
All right. So yeah, when you say that, the little boy suddenly looks surprised, and the cage opens, and he just runs down. He's like, "I'm free!" And now you, like Penny before you, see a window, and now you are in control of this dream.
Okay, so as much as I can I see the castle that's nearby up on the cliff?
Yep. You can see it right above you, about 90 feet in the air now.
Okay, great. So steeling myself and puffing out my chest with a sense of pride because I've done a thing that I'm not very good at. I will point the bubble toward the castle and continue to gesture in that direction and say, "Everybody with me, get in your own bubble. We're going to the castle."
Excellent. All right. So, Lombard, are you going to...
I get in the bubble.
All right. So, Moena, are you also going to try to get in the bubble? Or are you still
am.
trying to shoot them down? Okay.
No, I'm going to get in the bubble, but I will have my mage hand outside of the bubble just in case I need to just...
All right. So I'll have you two. You're both going to roll.
Yeah, I rolled a 15.
15,
Persuasion,
perfect.
I rolled a 15. I said, "Bubble, listen to me. This hidden path will take me to the top. Follow the leader."
So you jump right in, like mist starts to form around you, but the dream doesn't even form before you just command this thing. And you're just floating upwards with ease.
I ride it like this.
I love it.
I am terrified I have horrible stage fright. So based on what Penny had said, I'm shaking like a leaf in fear that I might have to be in front of people, no matter what's actually in my bubble, and that I have to. Boop, nope. Bye.
You pop it and you're out. Okay.
Yeah.
Melena has noped out, y'all.
Horrible fail there.
Melena has left the chat. Okay. All right, Leonis, what are you going to do seeing this happen? Everyone except for you and Melena are in the bubbles now.
When I see that Melena comes back out immediately, I just look at the cliff and I say, I guess we're doing it the unglamorous way, hmm?
I suppose so.
And start very slowly trying the Actually, I stop for a second right before we hop on. What is Melena's racing class?
I am a human rogue.
Oh, I'm like, you see, I reach for my amulet, which you know is good luck, like I'm about to hand it to you, and I say, wait a second, you're excellent at scurrying and climbing. I'm the one who needs luck here, and start climbing the cliff. Yeah.
And I do have a rope in my pack if I can improvise some sort of anchor points so we don't fall if we can help it. But
yeah, absolutely.
Climbing using leaping from rock to rock as much as I can.
All right, so yeah, you do see there are several kind of rocks that jut out, some tree roots and stuff like that. There are plenty of anchor points you could reach out. So I'll say you're kind of helping Leonis here. So Leonis, if I can see you do athletics check for me to see, but with advantage because you're getting helped.
All right. Good, because I'm going to need that help.
And the rest of you, meanwhile, you're just cruising in your bubbles. Like Penny's leading the way. Penny, you're like 75% there. You got a beautiful symphony going on. Lumber, you're surfing up there. Like Shava, you're just like riding your anger train to the castle.
I don't know what dark god I failed to appease, because even with advantage, I rolled a 1 and an 11, but that got me to 14, so.
All right, well, it's just a long journey for you. Like, you guys in the bubbles, you're at the top of the cliff now, and you see, 15 minutes later, you look down, and Leonis is, halfway there.
Seriously? I'll scream down. Are you serious?
There's a ledge right to your left. And then now you want to put your foot on raise it up a little bit, and then put your hand, reach out. Okay, ready? And yep, there you go.
Thanks. I hate all of this.
This is gonna take a while. I'm gonna go make a sandwich.
Yeah. Meanwhile,
would you bring me one too?
Yes, I'll get my cook's utensils out, and Java just gets excited and it's like snack time and goes away from the group.
I just imagine you're shouting down the cliff, what do you want in your sandwich? Can I have cheese?
Do you want mustard or mayo?
Sergio, as people are preparing lunch, I'm gonna look around to make sure we're not about to be destroyed.
Good instincts. Yes, you find yourselves in a nice little garden at the back of the castle. So it's like a little a very small hedge maze, 2 feet high. All kinds of little trees in various stages of growth, flowers. You see hanging off the trees are very impromptu decorations, like bats and pumpkins carved with attempts at scary faces. Again, they're kind of lopsided, or some of them have smiles despite the fact that they're supposed to be in a crowd of scary faces. And as you kind of make your way through this, everything's very quiet, and you see a back door on the castle.
Okay.
So it's a very simple wooden door with a little metal knocker.
Great. I'll listen at the door. I clearly won't touch it, but I'll give it a listen.
Yeah, give me a perception check.
I'm also not trying to split the party. I want to make sure that I'm not going.
Yeah. Oh no, yeah, it's 15 feet maybe between you and the cliff edge.
Great.
And Shava's in the garden, just making sandwiches next to some pleasant flowers.
I got a 17.
17. All right. Yeah, you hear nothing. You hear very, very faintly the sound of an organ playing. But it sounds to be coming from several floors maybe away.
Okay. My curiosity gets the best of me. I'm gonna try the door.
Okay.
I'm not gonna open it. I'm just gonna see if it moves.
It does. It's not open. It kind of stops you, and you see words that appear to be in Sylvan. On the doorway.
I speak Sylvan.
Okay, so it says "scare me."
I will then close the door and walk away from the door.
Okay.
This is beyond my expertise, and Leonis is way scarier than me.
All right. Speaking of, Leonis, you finally crest over the cliff with Elena on your back.
And I just look over at Milena and I'm like, thank you very much.
Thank you. I'm glad we're here.
Where
are we?
Yes,
I'll come running back. I have found the entrance. Come this way. There's secret words that protects the door. It says "scare me," and I'll march them right to the door, Sergio. And I'll open. I'll do the exact same thing. I'll open it barely, and so that you see the glyph appear. Now what do?
Well,
thief. Any idea?
I suppose. Why are you calling me a thief?
Well,
or were you talking to someone else?
I'm from first edition. It's very confusing.
Well, you come a long way.
For men of his age, it's a term of endearment.
It's very endearing.
I have an idea.
Yeah, well, you could be referring to Penny then too.
How are those sandwiches looking?
Terrifying.
Cool. So how are those sandwiches looking, by the way?
Shava just wanders back up to the group as they're peering through the door, and she doesn't have a lot of supplies on her that aren't like trail mix and jerky and other, shelf-stable things. So she's got, she's chewing hard on a piece of jerky and there's a little bit of mustard on the side of her mouth that she just kind of wanders up inelegantly and goes, "What are we doing? Anybody else want a sandwich? Did you get a sandwich?"
We need to scare the door. Does anybody have a source of fire, perhaps?
May I hide and then jump out and go?
It.
Boo!
Yes. Yeah, roll an intimidation. See how well you do. Or intimidation or performance. I'll let you choose.
That's the same either way.
Okay.
Before you do that, Jen, I will cast a guidance on you.
I appreciate that because that's a natural one. It's just that bubble really, again, I know I rolled intimidation, but I'm going to say it was performance since the bonus is the same, if that's okay. Because I'm still scared by the whole having to perform in front of people from Penny. I still haven't been able to shake it. So the idea of performing in front of this door to try and scare it gives me a 5, but it was a critical failure.
Oh, yeah. So it just comes out like a little weakly, your voice, doesn't really resonate.
I guess.
I want you to know I was terrified on the inside.
Yeah, they call me Boo.
The door shimmers with like a thumbs down.
Oh.
I would like
fire.
to try.
Maybe just threaten to burn it. Anyone? I feel like that would frighten Wood.
I'll cast guidance on myself, and I will say, "Open the door!" and scream as loud as I can.
All right.
Can I help Lombard do that? Because people seem to think I'm scary. And now I'm just going to let my rage issues go.
Before I start to do it, I go, "Shava, this is made for you. Show them your scary face." I cast guidance on her instead. You are terrifying.
I am really good at that. Some people say I'm just going to get really mad. I will roll intimidate unless you would like something else.
No, to me it's great. It sounds perfect for this.
All right, and some intimidation. Ooh, the number good. That's a 6.
6.
With the guidance, though. With guidance.
With guidance too?
Yep.
7.
Oh no! Another thumbs down just greets you.
Maybe try it without the sandwich in your mouth.
I just walk up to the door. And I make a silent image of the person I saw in the dream. And I say, "You were built to serve Dreamwisp. If you don't get out of our way right now, your lady will be lost forever."
Ooh, I love that. Yeah, so you don't even need a roll for that. As soon as that image is in your hand, like the door, you see it has like hinges. It should swing open, but instead it just kind of like a sliding door just disappears into the wall, opening up a set of stairs for you, leading upwards.
Well done.
Finally a win. Yeah.
Excellent.
And I step aside and I'm like, "After you, friends."
Yes, after you. Penny, Melina. One of you.
I can go scout ahead, and I'll be very stealthy while I do this kind of jumping
absolutely.
between the shadows to get up there.
It's a very dark staircase, so there's all shadows. You're perfectly in your element here. You're darting, you're tiptoeing up the stairs. You eventually reach a stopping point. You can see a very small sliver of light in what the ceiling is, and you can tell from your experience doing this kind of stuff that it's probably a kind of a trap hatch in a floor that is above you.
Okay. Is it something that I can disable?
Yeah, you could just push up, and you would be able to slip in.
Okay.
And as you kind of peek through it, you see looks to be a room of treasures. No people inside, just all kinds of fun Feywild trinkets. Like there's break glass sculptures, like chittering, colorful birds, all kinds of a golden tea set. And sitting on top of a mantle above a fireplace is a crystallized magenta orb that seems to be flashing images, much like the dreams you rode to get up here.
May I use my Mage Hand Legerdemain to go in and grab that and then bring it back?
Yeah.
I am so tempted by all of the shiny things in there. Hey everyone, there's a lot here, but I think I have the orb.
Don't take anything else, Melina. Remember, you're not a thief. Lombard just thinks you are. You're not. You're not. I believe in you.
I would like to say, in the name of treasure, we should grab as much as you possibly can. We need to stuff our coffers. We are not just here for good deeds. We are adventuring for money, for loot, for magic.
We are?
Well, let's...
Are we but heroes? Well,
I mean, we can be heroes at a profit, I think, yes.
Yes, costs money to be heroes. Gold.
Although, whoever got rid of the old Archfey is probably still here, so maybe we shouldn't be.
And if a fight breaks out, we won't be able to keep it from being very loud, so let's just get the orb and go.
I'd say, Melina, your mage hand has delivered the orb to you. You're
I'm going to go ahead
now.
and tuck it into my pouch and, seal that up. Okay, ready to go?
I would like to
Can
try
we take
something.
a vote?
I would like to try something. I do have a connection to the Archfey, but not necessarily this Archfey. I would like to reach out to my patron Zabilna mentally and just ask, if this was you, would you want us to try and help you, or would you want us to clear out of this place? Just commune with the source of my power. Stay. Would she want me to stay, or would she want me to go?
You kind of silence everything around you, and you hear this. You hear nothing for a second, and then suddenly a very strong voice in your mind just almost like blinks the word at you. Run!
I just open my eyes again and I say, the Archfey say leave, and I hit my feline agility again and I'm just gone.
Seems like a plan.
So you guys just book it out. You down the stairs, you're back into the garden. And when you are in the garden, you suddenly see someone who wasn't there before. A fey woman, very much the appearance of a fairy godmother. And she's kind of small. She's a singer. She's got wings. Yes, Lumber.
Sorry, Sergio, as everyone took off, I did not leave.
You're in there still.
Yeah, I'm still in there. He took off. I understand that. But when everyone left, I definitely was considering it. So before you go on, I just want you to know I am not with everyone.
So are you going to go in the treasure room, or are you just kind of standing in the staircase deliberating?
Well, I'm sitting there considering, and everyone took off. I'm not trying to be a pain in the butt, but
No, it's fine. I'm good to know that. Okay.
I will choose to go, but I was not running out.
Fair. Okay. Cool. All right. So, well, at least while Leonis, you book it out, you see this fairy godmother-looking person. She's kind of sipping tea, and she kind of makes eye contact with you, and she says, "Oh, hello. It's such a strange person to have visiting our back entrance of the castle at this hour. Could you perhaps be assassins?"
Perhaps on occasion. My name is Leonis Roaringmane, servant of the Archfey. And you are?
She kind of makes a confused expression when you say that. She goes, I am Maybell, the fairy godmother of this land. Which archfey do you serve?
Zabilna of Prismere.
Oh, okay, cool. So no one here. Excellent. What would Zabilna say if I told you that the archfey of this realm is unfit to rule?
I was told there was a recently disposed dream wisp.
Dreamweaver. She was, sadly, not with us anymore, but...
Dream wisp is a very different fae. She's glorious, yes.
I'm sure she sounds very lovely by her name. But Dreamweaver's son Yulnir is in charge. Yulnir is in charge now, and he's just a child. He's not fit for this position. I was wondering, if assassins like yourself were in the castle to finish him off, since many oppose his rule.
No, we do not wish to harm him or any other child. If I might say, we somewhat stumbled upon this land. We are wanderers, adventurers, heroes. Perhaps we might be of some use to you. We've been told your realm is shrinking.
Oh yes, it's terrible. We're just getting weaker by the day. It's all because Yulnir is just not suited. He's a sweet boy, but he's just not suited for this position. If someone like yourself, since you already gained entrance to our back entrance of the castle, could find a way to dispose of him.
So let me just clarify here. You're asking us to go kill a kid?
He's an archfey. He's probably older than he looks. It's for the good of the realm.
I'm certain it is. Just one quick thing, and I just yell lumber at the top of my lungs and Eldritch Blast this lady. Great.
I make my way down.
Yeah. We're not taking hits on kids, however old they look.
So you Lombard comes. I guess Lombard, are you coming down the stairs now at that?
Yeah.
I am. Yeah. I feel like I would have been there at some point. I wouldn't have waited that long.
All right.
So I'm there and I see this blast. In that moment, I will. I can't do that. I have the ability. Sorry, I have Vigilant Blessing as an action that I think I would have taken before he blasted. But he blasted, so I'm right there. That's a long way of saying I'm right there. He blasted. I'm right there.
Yeah. All right, so you're down. You raise your arm. The eldritch energies gather within your palm. As soon as she sees that, she snaps her fingers, and a kind of magic circle appears under each one of you, and you feel yourself suddenly shunted, like winds flying again, trees past you. The same thing when you screamed and ran, and you suddenly, within an instant, are back at the edge of Slumberwood. Back by Barkley the tree at the entrance where this all started.
What did we? How do we? We just went. How did?
Oh, you're back. Welcome. It's me, Barkley the tree.
Hello, Barkley. That scarf is quite jaunty. Here we found the thing you were. What we met Maybell. She's really trouble. You might want to tell people she's trying to assassinate your archfey, and that might be something you all might want to think about dealing with. But here's your crystallized dream.
Excellent. You hold that out, and he kind of holds his branches up and says, "That's not for me, but she will enjoy it very much." And you see, stepping out of the shadows of the trees is a very elegant looking woman. In a kind of dress made entirely from yarn and crochet. Her wings look like great crocheted wings. And she steps gracefully out from behind the trees and she says, "Thank you for that. And she holds out her hand. I am Dreamweaver, the true
Kneel
archfey."
immediately.
I'll take a knee. I'll go to my knee.
Excellent.
What is
Shala and Penny, are you guys taking a knee as well, or?
I'm just gonna squat in the chair-like fashion so that I'm on par with everybody else.
Okay, I like it. So she said, "Oh no, thank you. You don't need to pay such respect, for I am no longer the archfey of this realm. But with this crystallized dream you have given me, it can show me how exactly Maybell betrayed me. And if you would take on one more quest, perhaps I might ask you to help me defeat Maybell and restore peace to Slumberwood.
If we are able to go through the treasure trove.
And we don't have to write any more bubbles.
Shava will
She sees all
just
your faces.
Shava will just look at her with her eyes narrowed, standing straight forward like she was before, and say, "What's your position on killing children?"
But I never. Children are our future. They would give us our dreams and hopes.
And Shava makes a huge grin and looks back at her friends and says, "This one's not evil. I think we're fine."
To adventure?
Yes, then come with me. We have much work to do for your next adventure. And if you guys, your continued adventures in Slumberwood, and if you are able to defeat Maybell and restore peace, will have to be a story for another day. That is the end of now.
Huzzah!
Sergio!
Huzzah!
Well played! Bravo!
Thank you guys. That was super fun. I loved all the interactions there.
So good.
We threw you some curveballs, and the dice were unkind.
Yes, yeah, so unkind.
Yeah.
The archfey are not on your side.
Oh, God. I have to stop speaking like that now.
Right. Now just go order your Starbucks like that.
Some
Another
hot tea on
pumpkin
the
spice
breaks.
latte, please. Venti.
Please, Venti!
I said venti!
I said Venti!
2 shots.
Yes.